Okay, welcome to Hungary. This is going to be the first race of our league. We're starting off with an intermediate qualifier. The actual weather report here said that it might dry up, and we figured that might factor into our qualifying, but actually, you'll see towards the end, it wasn't really huge, and there was actual sweet spot for the intermediates right off the rip. I'm recording this after the race, obviously, and unfortunately, I got COVID during this time. So if my recording sounds a little off, that is why. So let's hop straight right into it.
All right, we're gonna bolt.
I'm just gonna give myself a wide corner.
Oh yeah, the quality setup on this corner is you go like as wide as the track allows.
Yeah, and then you cut it hard. So one other issue that we're going to encounter in this video is that my recording is very much set up for a stream on Twitch where all your audio channels go to the same place, so it doesn't really matter. And this is kind of not really my first stab at editing, but more in the early days for sure. So what you'll notice is that I'll have to cut out a bit of the actual game audio to be able to do a proper voiceover. Otherwise, you're just going to hear me and my teammate talk the entire time, which is not uninteresting, but it's not really what you want to hear in terms of the race. So after this race, there is Portugal, which I recorded in the same race weekend, and so that one's going to have similar issues when I edit that one. But the next double race weekend, as we do 2 in 1 weekend, I'm going to try and separate the tracks so you get a bit more of a realistic experience and more of a quality experience. So we're about halfway through the first lap here, and it's going really well. The intermediates are quite good right now. The track wetness, if you like, is very ideal, keeping the temperatures in but not getting too hot. And I know I said earlier that the weather's going to play a bit of a factor in this qualifier, as rain is going to end in about 10 minutes, so slicks could be an option. So I'm keeping that in the back of my mind as I about to go across the line. 28-0.
131.3. I was nursing that lap.
I'm gonna go to softs.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the
Is it
pits
drying?
It's dry. My front left is so hot.
Oh, I spun.
Yeah, if you can get to the pit as fast as possible. Oh, where's that guy? Oh, he's waiting for me. Okay.
If I didn't spin out of pit, I would have had it.
Yeah, I think so. So we're at the end of qualifying now, and you're going to see that I'm on the mediums, which is not the correct tire choice. We've learned now that softs are the only ones to go from intermediates to. But already you can see as well that I'm losing just way too much time, and this lap's pretty bunk. What you will notice is that I'm still in first, and it was actually that initial lap that I set. So it looks like that's what's going to carry us through to P1. After first sector, I was 3 or 4 tenths up. And if I could just get it without overheating.
By the time I went out for my second lap, it was too dry for inters, but not dry enough for the medium.
Yeah.
So I missed that the inter window.
We learned for next time though. I bet softs would have been good. I bet softs would have been competitive, I should say. Okay, not a lot of time, so let's go on mediums right now. Alright, I'm slated to pit lap 11.
Okay, I'll set lap 12.
And then fuel, I'm putting to 18.5 to be safe. Make sure it actually says selected strategy too, because it'll f you. Okay, so going to the start of the race, we are one of, I think, 3 or 4 people on mediums, and the only one at the front of the pack on mediums, so it's very awkward. And even more awkward is I have an awful start, and the soft runners smell the blood in the water and immediately pounce into the corner. I also make a mistake here of going far too wide and giving way too much respect to the people on the inside, and I lose 1, 2, 3 positions in the first corner, almost 4 as Tohi tries to make a move around the outside here, but managed to keep it. And while it was likely inevitable that the softs were going to pass me, the less that could have passed me would have been really good, because my strat is to try and make these tires last a really long time and go on the softs, which will be even better towards the end as more rubber gets put down. And so now I just have to try and push as hard as I can to stay within the DRS of Eric here and make sure that I don't lose too much time, as they should be gaining about a second a lap on me. But I'm actually doing pretty well here. You'll notice that my battery's still very high at 95%, only using it just to kind of gain some acceleration out of the corners. And being able to save a bit of battery is also quite good. One of the things you can get an advantage on later is how much battery you have above everyone else. And sometimes you get little indicators like this one. You can stay. Oh, Eric used his entire battery on lap 1? What the fuck?
Did he charge it already?
He's already flashing.
Holy shit.
Bro, I'm at 80%. So this is a good indicator for me that how hard Eric is pushing and how hard I'll need to push later on if he's trying to get me out of DRS. Cut. Alright, next lap I got DRS, so I have to save my battery now. And Towheed behind me doesn't have DRS, so I am about to lap, or gap rather. Lap and gap.
Lap and gap, baby.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Jeff's offering me a new strat.
Does it go faster?
I pit on lap 12 instead.
That is my pit window, Jeff. You should know that.
One of the reasons why you should always coordinate with your teammate, because sometimes Jeff's strategies are not always good, and they'll try and pit you at the same time. And maybe we could have, but I don't think that's the best strat. So we're on lap 6 now. Eric and Checker both going to the pits. Checker with a 3-second penalty. So now is when my strategy needs to come in. I need to push a little harder and make these mediums work for me. Moro's going for an overcut on the softs.
Is he still out there?
Yeah, he's still out there. He's actually still holding his gap, so he's obviously doing pretty well. Or he's a really skilled driver. He's the one person I haven't raced, I think.
Starting to feel a little lost of traction.
He just pit. Still gonna push pretty hard though.
Yeah, I need to start. Got who's behind me? Oh, it's a back mark right. Oh no, it's Moro.
I'm not saying hold him up, but don't let him pass easy if you can.
Oh, sorry. A lot of them race, but I don't know if a lot of them have done a lot of racing together like we've done.
Yeah. So here's another good example of us using our coordination. What I'm asking my teammate here to do is not so much prevent any racing from happening from Moro, but because Moro's already pit and he's on fresh mediums, he's going to be very fast. And I need my teammate to still race him, but stop him from overtaking easily. Really try and fight him, even though it's not his fight right now, it's my fight. But that's him trying to help me out for points for our constructors. And it's going to be a big difference here because our strat is really strong in the end game. And while I probably could make up 4 seconds if nothing else changes, I think having as much time as possible to get the overtake is really important. And you can see here as well that I'm using almost all my battery. I'm almost completely out because now is the time where my mediums are about to start dropping off and I want to get the most use out of them before I pit. I'm also going to recharge my battery in the pit lane, so I might as well use as much as possible before that happens. So these are very important laps. You can actually see Sinful's behind me as well, also started on the medium, so he's not really a contender for my race currently, but you never know what's going to happen. He could be very fast on those softs. So now, going to the end of lap 10, I am finally going to be going into the pits for my pit stop for the race, going on to the softs. This is a big moment. I probably could have extended the mediums to another 2 laps. That's their optimal timing. But what I'm doing is called the undercut. What I'm effectively doing is cutting off when my mediums should be wearing out and going on the softs, which will be much faster at this point than my mediums. But what will happen is my softs will start to wear out fast towards the end. So this is a good strat to try and catch up to people who are further ahead than you, and then try and do your racing towards the end of the race, rather than going longer and trying to catch up to them at the end of the race. So right now I'm currently 2.8 seconds out of the pits behind my teammate and 4 seconds behind Moro. So roughly I gained about half a second tomorrow just from my teammate holding him up, which is good, but even Quasar said he was just so fast, and we hadn't raced him before, so we didn't know what to expect, and it was a very fast driver. So now you're going to see just how fast we can catch up on brand new softs. While my teammate is on old mediums, he will be pitting in the next couple laps, doing a little bit of a normal race. Not too much of an overcut there. But you can just see, like, look at the time shred away as I continuously gain time. I'm already almost within DRS, and he's actually going to ask, or he's going to tell me he can put me into DRS, but I actually already got it. Well, it's a good thing you're staying out. I'm going to pass you.
I can give you DRS here.
You already did.
Well, here we go.
I'll make it clean.
Absolutely vicious brake check at the 50.
Did I brake check you?
No. I was gonna say, it'd be great if you did, though. I'm gonna make this clean. Just a world ended of a fucking brake check.
Yeah, you gained me 2 seconds on the R pit, and I have fresh offs versus mediums. Now it's a question of, can my softs go to the end?
Whatever you want, just remember, I'm always a team player.
Yeah.
Nope.
You out? Ah, damn.
I'm not out, but podium's gone for me.
Ah, shame. Still, the softs might help you stay competitive.
I gotta bring these in very carefully now because they are toast.
So, unfortunate, my teammate spinning there. Race wasn't over, but essentially lower on the board than we were hoping with our strategy. I do end up catching up to Moro in the meantime, and I'm actually skipping to the final lap, as you didn't get to see too much. I mostly just caught up and stayed behind. Moro had used a lot of battery to stay ahead, and I probably should have tried to push and pass him earlier, but as you can see, my front left is really hot. I've been pushing really hard, and I send a little bit of a signal to him there that I was going to push down the inside. He cuts it off exactly how I want it, which gives me the exit into the next 2 corners, and I'm going to push everything into this sharp left-hander, and then I think otherwise of it and realize that second place is also good, and a crash here would be really bad, and that would probably be my only opportunity to pass, but getting second place points seems really good right now, and crashing us both does not seem very good, especially with my teammates spinning, so I will take all the points I can get.
There are no plans for
I don't think I got him. Damn, I'm so close.
I gotta say, though, the medium soft strat felt really good.
Yeah, I think so too. $0.06. I lost by 6 cents. Not bad though, considering going into the pit, I was 4 seconds behind him.
Yeah.
Alright, boys, I got points.
Points! We got points!
I get the 1 point.
So in the end, we get second place, and our teammate gets 7th place, which is all good points. Really close race at the end, and I was really pushing for it, but I almost definitely should have passed earlier if I could have. We did end up getting fastest lap, which is worth an extra point, and that's going to keep us competitive in the drivers going into the next race, as this is the first one, so already we're doing quite well. So I will see you guys there. It's going to be on Portugal next, and it's going to be the same issue with the audio where it's going to be a little awkward in the recording, but we'll fix that for the next race. So I will see you guys there, and thanks for watching.